Hey, so Apple Music always gets some updates with every new version of iOS, and it was kind of surprising for me to see how much better it has gotten over time. I remember what a mess it was like 3 years ago. The first thing you'll notice is the tabs are different again with iOS 14. For You is now replaced by Listen Now, and while the name has changed, it's kind of actually the same. The layout is also changed, so the first one is actually Listen Now instead of your library. I mean, they gotta stick to one layout eventually, but yeah, it's alright. The playlist and album view is also slightly updated, but there's nothing new here, and you still cannot sort tracks. Browse is the same, as is the radio. One thing that's new in library is that you can now search for your albums or playlists directly from here. Oh, and search got a big upgrade with iOS 14. Now as you type, it displays the results immediately instead of suggestions. And not only that, you can now quickly filter results by categories instead of going through all the results. And yeah, the iPad app also got a few updates with iPadOS 14. The first thing you'll notice is the tabs are now replaced by the sidebar. I'm not certain about how I feel about this just yet, but it's an effort to make it more Mac-like. As a result of this, the dock is also redesigned and now takes up the full screen. Again, not sure about it just yet, but it looks good. And Apple Music now finally supports multi-window on iPad, so you can now have multiple instances running side by side. And of course, it gets the same updated search like iOS 14. Now, if you think the search looks a lot like Spotify, then you are not entirely wrong. There's quite a bit of an influence here. Replay playlists are now live for all users. And with iOS 14, autoplay keeps the music going even after you've hit the end of the queue. Finally, after so long. All this to say that it's not always a bad idea to take features from your competitors, especially when it's Spotify that has it all sorted. Okay, while Spotify is still, in my opinion, the best music service out there, one thing Apple Music does better than anyone else is the Coldplay Ui. Like, they already got it quite right with iOS 13, and now it looks even better. It takes up this nice gradient based on the album art and looks kinda neat actually. Yeah, that looks really nice. Of course, you've got the lyrics here like before, and the buttons are all the same. Queue is right here, and editing is a breeze. And yeah, I really appreciate it when I'm not taken to a different screen altogether to manage my queue. This implementation is by far my favorite thing about Apple Music. Yeah, I think we can all agree now that this is the most functional and beautiful now playing UI ever created, at least that I've ever used. Okay, so that was all about Apple Music in iOS 14. Frankly, I'm not going to switch just yet, but it's nice to see Apple Music come this far along. Now I think it's on par with other music apps. But still, I feel like it doesn't get me quite like Spotify does. Maybe it's because I haven't used it for long enough. I don't know. What do you think about these updates in Apple Music? Let me know in the comments. And yeah, the full iOS 14 video is about to come up. So subscribe if you'd like to see that. And yeah, that's it.